Hi, P.S watching here from Next Level Wealth. So we've seen 3 years of news polls suggesting a comfortable Labour victory, but in the event, some herding effect and perhaps some shy Tory syndrome saw the coalition just romping to victory with a majority of more than 76 seats. So today, just going to take a look at what that means for businesses, for individuals, and for investors going forward. So first and foremost on the economy is essentially stalled over the past 6 months, and we're in the aftermath of a banking royal commission, we've seen a credit squeeze, and there are interest rate cuts on the horizon. On the plus side, the iron ore price has spiked. The government is going to receive rivers of gold in terms of tax receipts, and the budget is essentially back to surplus. So that means that Prime Minister Scott Morrison can deliver a salvo of tax cuts over the next 5 years. Personal tax cuts, so that's good for disposable incomes. Onto the stock market, we saw an initial sugar hit. So banks popped about 10% or so, but there was also some upside for developers and especially private health insurers. But that's an initial sugar hit, and that has now passed. So in terms of looking forward, for all the noise out there, there's still only 2 ways you can really make money from the stock market. Firstly, there is time in the market. So you pick your allocation and you drip feed money into the market, and you accept the volatility through the cycles and hope for a decent result at the end. The second way to make money from the stock market is through timing the market. And if you're going to do that and manage your own money successfully, there are 8 basic principles you need to understand for managing your own money safely. And in terms of whether that's right for you, there are 9 different personality types, and it pays to understand which type you are. And it's also worth noting that growth stocks, especially globally, but also here in Australia, have often been very expensive. So it also pays to understand the time we're at in the cycle. Onto property, there's been a collective sigh of relief from industry participants and investors over the past week or so, because Labour's proposed changes to negative gearing and capital gains tax, and potentially some other measures on mortgage brokers and other things like self-managed super funds. All of that stuff is not going to come to pass. APRA is also proposing to remove the 7% assessment buffer, and we've got interest rate cuts to follow in June and probably more to follow. So what a difference a week makes. There's a lot more positivity around, even though some markets still need to clear. I think on a final closing point though, it's important to say that people should never get too excited when things seem to be going well, or too despondent when things are not going so well, just like an elite athlete or a sportsman, because summer seasons are always followed by winter seasons, and coalition governments are always followed by Labour governments, and none of that's ever going to change. So you need a strategy that's going to see you right through the cycles over the long term. That's it for today. If you want to know some more, check out my website below. It's gonextlevelwealth.com.au. Cheers.